Alright guys, so as promised we're going to do a repair video on the Sega Gamegear. Just a little history on this issue. I would say all the Game Gears definitely are going to have this issue if they don't already. So the odds are yours doesn't have any sound, or it has very, very, very low sound that you can only hear if it's extremely quiet and you put your ear right up to the headphone, the speaker. Now, while I was prepping this video, I looked into this Gamegear, and it had a wire hanging out the edge here. So this thing's already been opened. It's a repair video, a repair I'm doing for my flea market guy. So this repair that I'm showing you may not work for this particular Gamegear. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna see, but it will definitely work for yours. It's just that this one's probably been through hell and back. So, you know, if it doesn't work at the end of this video, don't think that this isn't the proper way to do it, because it certainly is. It's just, this one is fucked up. But we're going to get through it, and we're going to see if it works at the end. First thing you're going to need is the things you're going to need. You're going to need a small Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to need some sort of pliers. I'm going to use wire cutters just because I have them laying around. You're going to need a security bit, the small, I believe it's the small one. It might be, it's either 3.5 or 4.5 millimeter, I'm not sure, but you should have both of the sizes if you are a true gamer, so I would expect you to have that. You're also going to need a 4.7 UF capacitor from Radio Shack or anywhere else. Now, you need at least 47 UF 7 volt. This one is 47 UF 35 volt. If the voltage is higher than 7, you're good, as long as it's not lower, because it's up to 35 volts. So since 7 is under 35, this will work. So you're going to need a 47 UF. I would say just get the 47 UF 35 volt capacitor from Radio Shack. It's $1.20. And obviously you're going to need some solder, and you're going to need a soldering gun. This soldering gun is beat to hell, but it's repaired so many systems I refuse to let her go. And that's it. And obviously you're going to need the Gamegear. So let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do, flip it over to the back, remove the battery covers if you have any, which in this case we don't. There's one security bit located right in the middle here, and then there's going to be, you're going to use the screwdriver to remove the screws here, 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 and here. Okay, once you do that, you're going to flip it back over, and you're going to open it like this. You're going to open it that way. Okay, so you're going to have two pieces at this point. Now you're going to want to start removing the cables that keep these two pieces together. So there's one here. Just simply grab the black and gray one and just wiggle it back and forth till it comes loose. You're going to do the same thing with this gray one right here. And there's finally one more on the right hand side right here. Just remove it. Wiggle it back and forth till it comes loose. Now you're going to have two separate pieces. The problem area is located here. So you can literally just take this whole half and move it to the side, because we're not even going to be working with it. What we need to get to is the soundboard. You could easily locate the soundboard because of the headphone jack and the volume slider. In order to get to it properly, you're going to need to remove this plate here. There's 3 screws located on this plate. So just use the same screwdriver and remove the 3 screws. This one only has 2, and that's probably because someone was messing with this prior to me getting it, which I never like, because who knows what they did. But anyway, remove that. Now you're going to want to get the soundboard off. There's going to be 2 screws holding the soundboard on. So let's just locate the screws and remove. There's going to be one here in the corner, and there's going to be one located in the other corner. At this point, the soundboard will come free. This is where we're going to be doing most of our work, on this piece right here. Now, it's never a good idea to work with circuitry on any kind of carpet material, so I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way here. Alright. Now, I don't know how good this camera is going to pick this up, but if you take a look at this here, okay, there's going to be, just basically look at the wheel, and the closest capacitor to the wheel, which is right here, this one right here, that's the one you're going to want to rip off with the pliers. That's the one that's causing the sound issue. If you look at it closely, you'll see it says on it 47 4V. So the 47 is the ultrafarets, and the 4 volt is the voltage. So I said 7 volt, but it's actually 4. But the capacitor I was explaining will work with this. So we're going to simply just want to remove this capacitor. So let's do exactly that. You're just going to take your pliers and grab it like so and rip the fucker right off. And that's all there is to it. There's also going to be, you know, leftovers of it. You're going to want to get all that off. Okay. So now you're going to have 2 soldering points. Now, if you look at the capacitor, you're going to see, let's take this out here. You're going to see a black stripe and a blue. So the black stripe is the negative, and you're going to want to put the black stripe where the black stripe was prior to ripping it off. If you forgot to take note like I did, you can actually look at the board here and you're going to see the stripe, the white. It's a white stripe, but it represents the negative. So in this case, the soldering point closer to the volume slider is the negative, and the solder point to the right is the positive. Alright, let's try to zoom in a little bit here, see if that'll help get more of a, there we go. Alright, so what I like to do is take my solder and solder the spots, get a little solder on those spots that you need to solder to. Now this particular unit is really fucked up. It's got a lot of residue, and I barely have a soldering point on that negative spot right there. It's very, 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 very hardly anything. So that might be a problem, but we're gonna give it our best shot. Now, this is obviously a lot bigger than your last one, so you're going to want to kind of, you really want it to lay right about there. Okay, so you're going to want to cut these prongs to accommodate for the difference. So just grab some scissors and kind of, you know, trim it a little bit here. You know, something along those lines right there. And it's going to take a little bit of practice to get it where you want it, but that looks about good. I'm going to lose you, so we're just going to cut to part 2 right now.